Replay.net. Let's look at Mage. Okay, let's look at Mage, Rogue, and Priest, the top 3 classes at the moment. Okay? Okay. Let's start. Let's look at the cards that are in the most common cards of each class, eh? We want to look for, because we're looking at the sample size, we're looking at basically, you know, we're not looking at Yogg Box and other stuff like that. We're looking at normal stuff. Okay? Looking at normal stuff. And what's making them win? We'll start with Mage. The most common card is Polymorph and Fireball. So they've got the reach and they've got the AoE because they've got Flame Strike. In most decks they've got these 3, which is basically the basis or the crux of your gameplay, which is sort of a mid-range control style sort of deck. And then look at all these cards that they're getting offered. Wand Thief, Discovery. These are the most common cards, right? Firebrand, a good mid-ranged minion that has that 4 damage AoE. Azure Explorer, we know how dragons are insane. Star Scryer to pull the Flame Strike Fireball poly that they need, so it gives them a cycle and consistency. Arcane Amplifier for board control and value. And it's hard to kill a 2/5 on turn 4. You got Messenger Raven to find bullcrap, Primordial Studies. Okay? That's their toolkit. Extremely well balanced. Doesn't matter if you're going control, aggro. Aggro, you might not take a Flame Strike, you probably take a second Fireball, but in terms of that could do all 3 things. It could go aggro, tempo, or control, just depending on the draft. Primordial Studies is you discover a spell damage minion, and it costs 1 less. So you can actually discover an Azure Explorer because it has spell damage, or any card with spell damage, like Thalmos or something like that. Just anything that gives you spell damage. Another big offender is, look at this card here. Onyx Scribe. Okay? It's in 30% or 27% of decks. Or this card. This one you can discover. So from Primordial Studies, you can discover this, and it'll be 1 less because it costs 1 less next to, whenever you use it, right? So you can get a 4/4 on turn 4 and discover a mage spell. Like, what the hell? So with spell damage ready. Like, it's not a lot, but 1's pretty good. Right? And it's got card generation. So you basically use the card generation to generate another card, which you could pull from this, and then generate another spell. Okay? That's pretty bonkers, right? And what's happening at the moment is Clown Fiesta. Okay? because there's very little hits because it's Discover, right? Because you pick the best one, okay? There's very little bad discovers, right? Okay, now let's have a look. Priest. Mind Control, 60% of decks. Holy Nova, 57% of decks. Okay? Power Word Death, Shadow Word Death, 54% of decks. It's like, okay. Look at this, Thought Steal, 48% of decks. Now, you have to understand one thing. You have to understand one thing. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? Because they're 1 mana ahead of you, because you're going second against the priest. He's 1 mana ahead of you all the time. And you got Draconic Studies. Discover a dragon. Your dragon costs 1 less. So they can get what? So DQA. He's going first, right? Pretty much. Pretty much. That's just pretty much GG. Because he's got a 4/7. He's got a 4/10. And then look at this. Apotheosis is the second support spell. I call it the second support spell. And we're not even talking about the broken cards. We're talking about the most common cards. Okay, we're not even talking about like, oh, well, we're talking about Mage Puzzle Box. Okay, Draconic Studies is this. Discover a dragon. Your next dragon costs 1 less. Okay, in terms of the VAT, it's there. It's a 43%. Like I don't know what I don't know what 8 mana card deals besides Nether. Then you've got your usual scum cards like Grave Runes and stuff, because at high winds they normally have a copy. Okay? Look how scummy this is, man. Look how stupid Blizzard is, man. I'll tell you, this is how stupid Blizzard is. Look at this. The Mage rate. Okay, this is mid-game, right? Mid-game. And for priest, do you see that? Do you see that? Because these are common cards. These are common cards. Let's look at Rogue. You know, like it's just such a joke, man. You should not be giving them more swing cards on. Look at their swing cards, okay? Apotheosis. That's their class. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Seriously. Like, oh, that just doesn't even make any sense. It's like, well, you know, priests need to be... No, they don't need to be better. Priest is a problem. Let's look at Rogue here. Vagrant, 47% of decks. Miscreant, 1 Thief, Burrow Scorpid, that one, and Ferrocat. Mugger and all these. These are all their high tempo cards and try to get ahead. But sometimes, like, if you don't have Poison and Assassinate, you just can't get through huge things, like high HP totals. Like, they're really squishy, you know? They're all flimsy. You need, like, Plaguebringer to deal with, like, high HP minions. Plus, the Rogue pool. No, they're not bad, okay? But why do you think Wand Thief is so high? Because mage spells and priest spells are like freaking broken. You know? That's why it's like one of the most picked. And look at the win rate. It's 60% on this card, man. It's really high. It's really good card. You can't even compare the quality of a rogue deck, a rogue spell to a priest spell. Priest spells are rogues and mage spells are completely broken, man. Anyways, that's it. Because you have to understand. Okay, look, okay, why is Rogue being propped up third, right? Tempo class. Okay. Then they are getting the runoff of that. You understand? They're getting the runoff because the Rogue can access the Mage cards, which is helping to prop it up. If not, Rogue should be around 50%, if not less. Because, yeah, it's a trickle-down effect. Because Wand... that means the discovers are freaking strong, right? We're not talking average 50-50 strong. Okay? That's slightly over, that's slightly over 20%. Or however much percentage that is. You know, if it's a 55-45, there's a 10%. If it's a 60-40, there's a 20% swing there. You know? So, that's my analysis of the meta. And why things are looking like... oh, that looks different. Nah, it's... No. No. You just look at the stats and you already know, man. Don't look at like Yogg boxes at other stuff. I know you'll always beat them at high wins, but we're talking about a normal, generic, base level deck.
There's always something new here at the end.
Hey, what's up? Who's that? What the hell you doing, Top Goat? Get out of here. You dirty goat. Get out of here. I saw you, man. You the hell, man? You dirty goat. You dirty goat, man. Get out of here. All those pre-scans, go wash yourself off, man. Go wash yourself off. Hey, how you going, everybody? So far, Orange Crush, guys, welcome. If you don't know the Tub Goat, man, go get it, man. Yeah. No. I appreciate that. We were just talking about the meta, and I was just talking about the meta, and it's interesting. We want to see like why are things doing so badly, and why are some classes doing badly. So we've already discussed classes, which is Mage, Priest, and Rogue. Mage, Rogue stats are being popped off by this. If you have a look here, look at this. Look at this. Rogue stats are being propped up by the Wand Thief. Look at that. Boom. 40% of dex, 60% win rate. And I remember when Tubgoat, you know, played the Yog boxes that he discovered from the Mage wand, and it comes back to this. It makes a lot of sense as well. You know, I had a warrior run as well. So far, I had a warrior run too. It went really well. All my other warrior runs went well as well. This is my warrior run. It was pretty insane. So you can tell that Rogue is just being propped up artificially by the discover pool of the Mage, which is #1 top dog. Let's have a look at the lowest win rate class at the moment. So we're looking at Shaman, Warrior, and Hunter. Let's have a look how they're faring. You got Hex, does nothing. Serpentine Portal giving out a bunch. Fire, Elemental, and Marsh Spawn. They need to go together. The problem with Marsh Spawn is it's inconsistent. There's a difficulty there. Okay? It's like, what? It's not lighting up. I can't discover a spell. Okay? So that's normally what happens. Let's have a look at Warrior. Arcanite Reaper is the most common card in a Warrior that's offered. That's terrible. Second is Quartermaster. That's good. Athletic Studies. And then Arathi Weaponsmith. Okay? And then Execute. These are all, like, these... You have to understand, what does this all tell you about the first 5 cards? Because you got an Arcanite Reaper, Evil Quartermaster, Athletic Studies, Arathi Weaponsmith, Execute. They're mostly around tempo. They don't play mid-range tempo, okay, and that's what most of their drafts are heading towards. But they don't. They think they got to get like all the control cards, and it's like it's not how it works. Wow, look at this, Primordial Explorer. 49% of decks, really? That's insane, man. Kill Command, Reach, Desert Spear, good card. Multi-shot and Animal Companion. This spells to me semi-board control interface with a lot of beast synergies. That's what that tells me, especially in terms of the offering rate. The other ones are just, you know what, Hunter's Pack, give them a little bit more value, but the way you should be playing is more of a tempo style, tempo-centric Hunter. You can't go aggro anymore, it's too hard. One priest will just like stuff you up. So that's pretty much it. That's my analysis of the meta. And apart from that, I'm done. Let's go kill people. Hope that made sense based on stats, and we just... Yeah, exactly. You can't aggro. You cannot aggro. It's based on okay, those cards that you're offered are tempo cards, okay? Those cards that you're offered as a hunter are tempo cards, okay? And plus, when I look at this, I look at one more thing as well, which is this is the best way for you to understand the arena or the meta. To understand the meta, you have to understand that the priest and the hunter are polar opposites. Okay? Now, what happens is, in the real world, if you nerf one, and then you don't nerf the other, they naturally balance each other out. If you nerf one, and then you buff the other, what happens is you get like something like this. You don't actually get a balance. When you nerf... Yes, so when you get a swing like that, top dog is Mage, Priest, look at this. Look at this for Priest. This is why Hunter can't do well. Nova. Okay? This is why Priest can't this is why Hunter can't do well. Nova, Apotheosis. Their two support spells are given because Nova is the number one support spell. Number two support spell, most common support spell, Apotheosis, is given out 40% of the times. 40%. What the hell? No, but you have to understand. I'm trying to explain because people don't understand the meta and they just look at it and go, oh, well, you know, no. There's like, this is all the deep baked in numbers that you have to understand. Like, okay, there's like a very high chance that it's just that simple. Like, you know those odds just from looking at it, you know? You know those odds as a player, as a high win player, just from looking at that. Because you go, okay. But here's what I said so far. Mage is number one, Priest is number two, Rogue is number three, but Rogue is played more with tempo. Rogue is more now. Okay.